welcome to Solar Power World Solar Speaks Live, powered by Unirac at Solar Power International at Anaheim, California, 2015 here. And I'm Kathy Zipp, and today we're speaking with Billy Parish, founder and CEO of Mosaic. So thank you for being here, Billy.
Good to be here.
So I am eager to learn a little bit about your background, how you got into solar. I know you dropped out of Yale. I saw under your bio on Mosaic you founded and grew the Energy Action Coalition into the world's largest youth clean energy organization with over 300,000 members. So I would love to hear more about your journey, how that went down, and how you came to be passionate about renewable energy.
Great. So started in 2002. I got freaked out about global warming, basically, and felt like I needed to do something about it. So I took a semester off college, started a Northeast regional student clean energy organization that turned into a US and Canada-wide youth clean energy organization. And before I knew it, I was running a 80-person organization with 300,000 members and helping to build the clean energy movement in this country from the bottom up. And after the Energy Action Coalition, I saw all of these young people that I had been working with graduate off a cliff, where they wanted to spend their lives working on clean energy, but couldn't find work in the industry. So I got excited about the idea of green jobs. How do we build the workforce? How do we build the ladders for people to find careers in this industry, and came up with the idea to create a clean energy corps modeled on the Civilian Conservation Corps during the Great Depression, and led a national campaign to create a clean energy corps. We convinced Senators Clinton, Edwards, and Obama to take on this idea of 5 million green jobs as clean energy corps in the 2007-2008 election cycle, and ultimately worked with President Obama to incorporate these ideas into the Stimulus Act to create the largest green investment in American history, which Vice President Biden just talked about. So that was the kind of second thing that I did, and then after that I thought it's all about creating ways for people to drive this transition. How do we empower millions of people to prosper from the transition to clean energy? The broader and deeper the base of support is for this transition, the faster it'll happen. So kind of how do we crowdsource the clean energy transformation? And so in starting Mosaic, the first thing we did, Business Model 1.0, was to create a crowdfunding platform where people could directly invest in solar projects and earn a good rate of return.
Sure, they can't happen if you're not financing them. So.
That's right, that's right. And at that point, that was the critical need in the market, and nobody had been able to unlock crowdfunding as a source of capital. So we were able to do that. And as we've grown the business, we have also brought on institutional investors onto our platform to finance our projects, and we've grown incredibly quickly over the last couple of years, financing primarily now residential solar loans.
Right. Well, it's wonderful that you've grown, and especially since Mosaic actually launched the same year as Solar Power World in 2011. So I had the honor of doing a podcast with you back then, so it's good to reconnect. It's probably been a little too long, but I would like to hear how the company has grown and how it's different since you started 4 years ago.
So the company's grown 38% monthly over the last 12 months.
So even more in the last year than
absolutely, yeah.
years.
So we've found product market fit. We've found a place in the market where there was a real need for strong technology solutions and software and great financing products to help installers sell solar to their customers. So we now work with the majority of the top 50 residential solar installers nationwide to provide a software platform and loan products for them to offer their customers and help them grow their businesses and help more people own their own power and save money going solar. So that's been the biggest difference. The company initially was crowdfunding financing for commercial solar projects, and now we're primarily financing residential solar projects with institutional capital, and that switch in the business has generated huge growth.
Wonderful. And deployed a lot more solar, made it possible in a lot more homes, so
Absolutely.
that's wonderful. So I know yesterday you spoke on a panel about innovative financing at the show. So can you summarize some of those key points that you made during the session, and maybe any from others that you found interesting and want to share with our audience?
Sure. I was interested in helping the folks in the audience see the big picture and where the big opportunities are to accelerate growth in the industry. And I showed a chart of the cost of residential solar in the US and a comparison of the cost in Germany and Australia, and it's more than twice as expensive as in those markets. And when you look at the breakdowns of where those costs are coming from, the biggest opportunities are in reducing the cost of capital to finance the projects and the cost of customer acquisition. So we're very focused on solving those problems in partnership with our installers. And if we can get the cost of solar from where it is right now on average for our partners at about 14 cents per kilowatt hour to about 10 cents per kilowatt hour, virtually every American can save money going solar at those rates. So
no matter where they are in the
no matter
country.
where they are, all 50 states. And that's $1 trillion financing opportunity.
Wow.
So everyone in this entire conference can participate in that kind of opportunity. And that's what we need to be focused on as an industry, to continue to drive the costs down. And the biggest opportunities are in financing and customer acquisition. So we're very excited to make big improvements in those areas and really help drive the industry forward. We've seen the module makers, the inverter manufacturers make big improvements in their costs, and we haven't seen it as much in some of the other areas of the industry. So something to look forward to.
Right, definitely something to look forward to. It's very exciting. What else are you excited about going into next year, whether it's about the industry or your company?
So 2016 is going to be a giant year for solar, as everybody knows, and we're excited to participate in that growth. We're excited about the shift in the market from leases and PPAs to loans. I actually believe it will happen much more quickly than the analysts are predicting.
Why do you think that?
I think homeowners prefer to own, and it's a better deal. And I think homeowners are fundamentally intelligent. They're increasingly comparison shopping for solar, and they're uncovering that ultimately the cost of capital to finance a loan is lower than the cost of capital to finance a lease or a PPA. So instead of giving those economics away to a tax equity provider, they can capture those economics in the form of greater savings. So we're very excited about that, helping to drive that transition in the market, and also ultimately expand beyond just solar. So
wonderful. So other different industries you might be offering this to. Very exciting. Okay, well, that wraps up this edition of Solar Speaks Live at Solar Power International in Anaheim, California, 2015. And I do want to thank Billy again for being with us. Very interesting insight, very exciting time to be in solar. So thank you for being here.
Great to see you again, Kathy.
And we do have some more Solar Speaks sessions, so you can stop by through the rest of the show to see those. Thanks for listening.